Hey, it's Satisfactory time. I'm Nickel, and is it just me, or are there a lot of snakes on this plane? So, project part 1 is done, and now it's time for project, or phase 2, with project parts 2, 3, and 4. So, lots of plates. Lots of wiring. What's that? The last one's automated wiring. And the middle one is structure, some kind of structure. What is... I don't think we have access to any of those yet. We'll see it when we get to it. Okay, so we do need 1,000 of these. So let's keep building these and keep storing these. Of course we need plates. Of course we do. We make a lot of plates over here, don't we? From memory. It's been a couple of days since I last recorded. In the meantime, I've been doing editing. Making episodes that are a little shorter than my other series. And of course my other series are Dead Space, Hollow Knight, and Myst. So check those out if you are interested in any of those games. I wonder if there's a lot of overlap between Satisfactory and Myst, Satisfactory and Hollow Knight. I mean, they're both good games, so presumably. Well, they're all good games, I should say. Okay. But we desperately need coal. That's our #1 goal. Which we have all the parts that we need for that. So rotors, and we're actually building these. So what we might do is turn our smart plates off and just build these. And we already have more than enough cable. Now while we're here, let's just finish this properly so that we aren't walking on the ground while we're in our base. That looks good to me. Let's put our hub back. Maybe like this. I mean, yeah, that looks good to me. Just a little bit. Which will require another row, but that's fine. There's the equipment workshop here. Which might not be good for the view, right? Oh no, there's a view there's a window on this side. We'll line these up. We will have a few more buildings in our home base. We'll have the MAM, the molecular analysis machine eventually. And we'll have the awesome sink. Okay, we're out of fuel. Speaking of out of fuel, we're going to be out of fuel here soon, right? Oh, 66, 34, 28. No fuel. Uh-oh. Yeah, well, hold on, let's... we'll turn the assembler off, so that will save us a little bit of power. And I do believe the biomass burners only run when we are actually using the... So there's no wastage with the biomass burners. Stand by. I'll just do that for now. So we don't want presents, we don't want a war, we don't want, you know, these animals, we don't want food. And we probably have a lot of animal parts in here. Take all. And there we go. So, yep. Let's spread this out a bit. 11, 10, 9, 11. Okay, that's good enough for now. We hope to be on full power soon enough. And the four there. We have a lot of rotors, only 3. Oh no. Oh wow, it's a speed thing, isn't it? We need to... Do we have belts part 2? Mark 1, okay. Maybe it's easy to do belts first. That'll be much better, won't it? Have things moving a bit faster. In particular, that'll make the rotors a lot faster to manufacture. So let's do that. More plates. We're definitely going to have to collect at least one more batch of biomass, I think. But we might make it a batch to rule them all so that we never have to do it again. From memory, why is this yellow? These should be... There's a belt missing. These should be working at 100% efficiency. That gives us enough plates. We'll collect the iron rods because they're not doing anything else at the moment, so they'll be easy to just collect. We might need to wait for reinforced iron plates, but then again we can probably... oh no, we won't. It might be done by the time we get back. We can probably just manufacture some ourselves, handcraft, if we have to. And iron rods are here. And so I believe reinforced iron plates are the actual thing that you have to spend to build conveyor belts too, so we will need to ramp up production of that too. Okay, still need 20 more of these. And it's plates that are blocking the rest of them. But do we have 10 up here? Now that we have our own plates, we probably no longer need to side collect plates here. Which, yep. We can just have all of them going to manufacturing. Excellent. Do we have a million rotors? No. Let's go.
Milestone reached. Fix-It would like to remind you of your contractual obligation towards efficiency. Recreational use of belts and lifts does not count towards work hours and will put you on the list. Stay efficient, don't disappoint Fix-It.
There we go. Why do we still have this in our pockets? Because that's full, that's why. So let's get rid of that. Okay. All good. Take that, nature. Our first hatch is over there. We won't want to venture too close at this stage. And take that, please. $501.50. We are doing Brazilian levels of deforestation here. This current event reference might not even be accurate, might not even be feel accurate by the time I'm saying it. All right. I think we will eventually be building on this area, so it's not really... I don't think we're... Oh, normal limestone. I don't think we're losing much by cutting all the trees down. Ooh, pretty aurora ahead, up above head. I'm starting to like the profile of our base in the night sky. That's a good shot. A good screenshot. All right. Where were we? Get a little sidetracked then. But hopefully we can make this a whole lot more beautiful than it is currently. $237. The Stanley Kubrick number. Okay. Let's make a lot of biomass. Hopefully enough to bootstrap ourselves. We have 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Although we... some are already full, right? So... probably don't need to put any in there. Oh wow, all these emptied at the same time. Which makes sense because we're using a manifold entry, not a splitter entry. Which, if you can get away with it, it's pretty good. Guess let's take this out. We just want the smallest amount in here, so start with 2. 10's fine for that. At the ends we'll just, so 22 is great. 11's not so great. Okay, this is biomass to solid biofuel, so all of our biomass goes in here. And these are leaves, so put all our leaves in here. And this is wood, so we'll put most of our wood in there. And just set up a quick source. There we go. Okay. Now let's select coal power. Okay, so we need 150 of these. We can get 37 here. And once again, we're limited by plates. This 150 is going to be a bit of a slog. So seeing as we're here, we'll just chop off the smart plates that we have. It's not even going to make a dent in our requirement, but that's okay. Ah, screws, finally screws will be our limiting factor. Okay, let's just replace this with 4 because we might still want to mainly we need 15 for that. Be good to do this at least to the splitter if we can. Okay, 15. No, let's go ahead and build some more. These numbers won't be hard to, you know, these... The amount of plates that we need seems pretty bad now, but soon we'll have more than we know what to do with. I'm just thinking this might have been pretty silly because we might actually have a surplus of screws that are, it's going to run out, basically. So if we look at this, are we fitting? So the belts, so Mark 1 belts are 60 resources per minute. So 40, 80, 120. So yeah, we actually need to 120. So we actually do need to increase just this one. Can we do it? Can we do it? Come on. Maybe from above. Oh man. Surely there's a way to do this. So all these can be, so these ones here. So what's this, 80? Ah, okay, so this one here needs to be increased. And come on, let's... Please don't make me dismantle this. Okay. Told you not to make me dismantle it. Now, conveyor belt Mark 2 there. Conveyor belt Mark 2 there. Alright. So there is now no hold up on this line, except for the surplus in all of these machines. There we go. And so this here is at 120. That splits it into 60-60. On this side, we need 60 per minute. On this side, we need 100 per minute. But that's fine, because we want to prioritize plates over rotors. Why has one of my grids shut down? Probably the manifold, right? Is that just not operating? Okay, so... I think we just don't have enough. He's okay. So yeah, this is... Let's just hand make some for now. So I think I explained this a little earlier, but here's what's happening. Like, the reason why that went out is we have 60 being produced per minute. However, this requires 120 per minute. So if we were to upgrade this to conveyor belt 2, we now have 120 coming in per minute, and we can get up to 100% efficiency. So basically this had 30 per minute coming out, right? And this gets split two ways. So 30 goes into here per minute, and then 30 goes along here. So now there's 30. 15 goes into here, and then 15 goes along here per minute. Right? Split again, so 7.5 here, 7.5 here. And you can see what's happening. Per minute, these things need 4, and the ones at the end will end up getting less than 1 per minute because of the way this is being filled. Now what will eventually happen is this one is going to reach maximum capacity, which appears to be 200, and that will cause this one to start receiving the first load, and then basically they'll eventually all fill up. But these this gets full, then this gets full, then that gets full, and so on. Whereas if you were to split it, so You have one splitter, half goes here, half goes there. You have another splitter, half goes here, half goes there. Another splitter, half goes here, half goes there. They all fill up at the same time, but that's like 4 levels of splitters, and that's so much space. It's just, it's ugly, it's whatever. So typically when you can get away with it, you just do a manifold like this. So let's just help this out a little bit. If we can go ahead and fill up the first machines, then we've done, you know, the majority of the work. As I think we're also going to do a little bit better now that we've got the machine operating at 100%, and just on the way back we'll check that it actually is operating at 100%. And we should check the efficiency on the wood machine too. $194 there, 195. See, this is up to 80 now. Very good. This belt does look full, doesn't it? Ah, look at that. 300 per minute. So it requires 60, so that's fine. It makes 300 per minute. So is this going up or down? It's going down. So we definitely do need to make reinforced iron plates in order to upgrade that. And we'll just be able to make enough, it looks like. Excellent. So we will need to upgrade this one as well. And in some ways this is the key one. Okay, let's go and get more iron plates, reinforced iron plates. Excellent. Just in anticipation, so 120 to 60, we don't have anything feeding this, so we don't need to upgrade any line. Now this, oh, see, it's already empty. So 120, so this is going to be 120. Oh wow, so everything's going to be working at 100% here. Cool. Bean, get off of there. Wait, get off. Get off of there. Come on. You know what, he's having fun, let's not. So I was under the impression, when in my first playthrough, or maybe not my first, but in an earlier playthrough, I was under the impression that these things couldn't die. And so, and it was on my base and it was really annoying me, and I threw some noblisks at it in order to, you know, just scare it and get it to run away, and it actually died. And Ada made me feel so guilty. I forget what she says, but maybe we'll find out if we accidentally kill one of them. But we'll find out what she says. And it was, yeah, it made me feel so guilty. I'm sorry. Sorry, Bean. Okay, that's a lot. So this will take us all the way. Excellent. Not so excellent. Alright. I think we will need a lot of rotors to actually make the whole setup for our coal power, and we'll also need a lot of copper plates, which we haven't built yet. Alright, let's go.
Milestone reached. Power production can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner. Water is also necessary to run the coal-powered generator and will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source. To assist with locating and identifying water, Fixit has compiled this guide. Water is a somewhat reflective liquid and it may have thick vegetation growing nearby. To test if something is water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably water.
Thanks for that, Ada. Okay, so I know from memory that there's either 2 or 3 impure nodes of coal over here. So that's 60 per minute. Now, let's just
Interesting, most pioneers already had coal power set up by this point because they understood their responsibility to humanity. Adjusting pioneer attitude metrics. Reminder, coal-powered generators require coal.
Thanks again, Ada. So 15 per minute, so a 60 per minute node gives us 4 coal power generators. So that's either 8 or 12, which is plenty. But having said that, I believe, and we're going to double check this in a second. I believe that on the corner of the map there's 2 more advanced nodes. Or maybe over here. There's 2 more nodes maybe. And that'll give us a lot more. And I think we can just get started that way. So if I were to do a search. So we're expecting some here. Oh, and over here. So, yeah, okay, I'm looking at where I expect it to be. So, over there. And, yeah, over here. So, impure, so there's only 2. So that's not much. Well, it's plenty for now, but it's not much for later on. So what we might do is we might start our setup over here, and eventually we'll cart these nodes over. And we'll just have a big section over here. Eventually, like, we're not going to be on coal for the whole game. So eventually we'll be on fuel generators, and we'll have increasingly more efficient fuels going into them. But for, you know, to get to the end of the mid game, and there's a crater somewhere here which will give us more than we need for our entire game. We probably won't even get to nuclear. We might, but we wouldn't need to. Anyway, so yeah. What we'll do is we'll run over there soon, but let's just let's just go on a little journey, and we'll just scope the area out, and we'll use that to figure out what we need. And even if we only use one of the nodes for now, if it's a pure node, that's plenty, although 120 belts, so that might not be good enough. But we'll have a look. We'll just note some things on the way. So this is normal, that's good. Come and get me. Dangerous animals. It's kind of crazy how you remember all this stuff. You know, it's been more than a couple of years since I played in the desert. But I still feel like I have a good grasp on where all the nodes are. And all that sort of stuff. Okay, so the 2 impure nodes are there. In this little... Oh, they're here. Normal. So normal will be 120 per minute. and normal 120 per minute. So it might be best to route these over this way and use the ocean as our water source. Let's just check the purity of this node. Normal. And what's this? Normal. So I was a little off. I remembered the nodes being on the edge of the map. So let's just go around. We'll circumnavigate this map here, the coastline, and we'll see what we can see. But we won't have access to these kinds of nodes until the late game. So here's our water source down here. And it looks like the water source just isn't loaded in. Or maybe it is. Hold on, maybe that's... Hold on. Yeah, maybe this is just a death pit. And the water source is up here, which means that the nodes would be up here, and maybe they were just out of my scanning range. That's probably what it was. So let's go. But we're getting pretty far away from our base, right? So it might be worth... Maybe... Okay, so if there are nodes up here, we'll use these nodes, and eventually we'll maybe make a train, you know, a train stop that grabs all this coal from here and drags it over. But keeping in mind that we will need coal to make iron parts when we unlock iron components, which is pretty soon. So maybe that coal closer to the base is better for that. We'll see. It depends on how much coal is over here. Oh, it was a big guy. So what do we got here? Iron, copper, limestone. This does look very familiar. That's not the water source I was talking about. This is the water source, I believe. Which means the coal should be pretty close. Oh, there it is. 3 nodes. Normal. Normal. And impure. So 120 plus 120 plus 60 divided by 15 is 20 to begin with. But not to begin with. No, not at all. So that's 20 is crazy. So I think they're 75 milliwatts each. So that's a lot. We might just start with one of them. So 120 and just build on as we need. 120 divided by 15 is 8. So we'll start with 8. And from memory, one full 300 pipe should do 4 or 3. So, and it takes 3 extractors to fill up, water extractors to fill up 1 pipe, with a bit left over. So, let's say 2. So, 2 water extractors, 8 coal plants. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Power generator, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need a lot of belt. Maybe 200? Is that might not be enough. We'll need some lifts, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need a lot of miscellaneous stuff, like a lot of, you know, conveyor poles and, so piping, we're going to need a lot of. Let's say, I guess 200? I don't know if that's right or not. Maybe, maybe not. And power poles, we're going to have to go across the desert here, so there's going to be 8 for the coal plants, and then let's say 20 maybe. And I don't know, man, 200 power line, I don't know how this works, how much one, you know, 1 to 1 is. So let's say that. And we'll need a miner. So hold on. So we need a miner Mark 1. And actually, we should start with the impure node because we only have Mark 1 miners. How far away are Mark 2 miners? What do we need to... I think we probably need steel components for that, right? So if that's the case, then we've over budgeted quite a bit. But you know what? It's better to be over prepared than under prepared. And I really don't want to, you know, I really don't want to have to walk back and forth between the base. We haven't unlocked dimensional deploys yet, so we will have to be bringing everything we need by hand. Unless we want to unlock that stuff first, but no, we want to get on coal first. That's the most important thing. Are we uncovering new ground? Yes, we are. Our first sulfur.
Unknown chemical element collected. This non-metallic and multivalent element seems to be present only in a solid state and exhibits a most pungent smell. It is fortunate fix-it helmets are of such high quality. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
The MAM will be our next unlock, but we'll still prioritize our coal setup. Now that's not to mention we're going to need a lot of foundations because we'll have to be moving stuff across water, so we'll need, you know, foundations to get there. We'll need a foundation elevator of sorts or escalator to, you know, we'll need a lower level and an upper level, so there's a lot of foundations. So we'll make sure we get plates as well. Uh-oh, are we out? Did we lose... No, we didn't lose power. We just run out, Jesus. Oh no. We already have the MAM. We do have the MAM. We don't have to unlock it. Excellent. So nutrients, yep. Haven't encountered any of these yet.
This fruit, dubbed the paleberry due to its tendency to stay light in color even when ripe, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available. I see that I'm talking too slow for your taste. I hope that was enlightening.
That's new.
The remains researched belong to an organism that tends to nest near objects emitting specific types of resonance. Spitters are called as such due to their ability to create and spit plasma across long distances. Spitter remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration. Mercer sphere analysis completed. Established local planetary signature of massage 2, AB, in the local Mercer sphere signals, allowing them to be tracked by the object scanner. Mercer spheres can also transmit data between specific.
Witness our scripture, witness our windows. Have you come to defile our shrine? Sing us a song.
Arguing the existence of intelligent alien life. While Fixit has figured out the method, all of the original data is still untranslatable. The crystalline mineral was a previously unknown variation of quartz, with uniquely large and flawless crystals, normally only found in synthetic quartz. The industrial application of this mineral will follow that of its synthetic counterpart, specifically in communication and exploration technologies. This unknown chemical element was in reality an unusual mixture of solid sulfide and sulfate materials from which sulfur can be extracted. Sulfur's primary use lies in fertilizers, which we have no use for. Instead, this element enables access to more volatile obstacle clearing and Pioneer defending tools.
So, I don't have enough SAM, or I don't have any SAM. Deuterium? I thought I had deuterium. Yeah, I don't have enough SAM.
This data cartridge enables the second pair of Fixmas Mamtree branches to be unlocked. Fixit thought it was being very clever with the layout of this research tree. About as clever as you. This data cartridge contains the Fixmas Mamtree setup and will need to be fed into the MAM database to unlock its first two branches. If this seems convoluted and/or boring, and you wish to quit the event, I will understand. This data cartridge enables the third pair of Fixmas Mamtree branches to be unlocked. There is a chance you are doing this because you enjoy the seasonal event for some reason. There is also a chance you are simply doing this to annoy me. I wish for you to know that, in either case, you have disappointed me.
Yikes. Okay, well hold on, I'm just gonna...
The purpose of Fixmas is to build and decorate a giant Fixmas tree with style. The Fixmas category has been added to your build menu. Gifts are the basic resource from which many other festive parts are made. Like Fixmas branches, which can be crafted in the constructor. In an effort to make this event meet the bare minimum efficiency quotas, I have disabled the ability to craft these resources by hand. Trust me, that glitter got everywhere. You're welcome.
Okay, so then the next miner is actually in the next part. Oh, that's not good. Oh no, advanced steel production. So it's locked behind basic steel production as well. Okay, so our power's out. What do we need? We need one portable miner. We need a lot of copper sheet. Let's unlock Deuterium real quick. Sorry.
The metal has been named Caterium after Fixit's greatest CEO Katerina Parks. It has been added as a viable alternative to gold in industrial applications, specifically in advanced electronics due to its superconductivity, malleability, and corrosion resistance.
We'll come back for this later. So the big one is copper sheet, which is made from, yeah. Ah, yep, excellent. These, and we're just gonna handcraft these. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. The sheet says about a third of what we'll need. Reinforced iron plate does a lot. Rotors. There's also a lot. Let's make the portable miner real quick. Okay, need lots of screws now. We'll take the whole lot. And it might be worth finding copper over there, and so we just, you know, do everything we can with this. We'll build as much as we can for the copper sheet, and then we'll find a copper source closer to the coal plant. Okay. Okay, look, this is enough to get started, I think. We can always craft over there if we need to. We'll just make sure we have a lot of iron rods, and we'll see if there are any more plates that can be had, iron plates. And we will need to bootstrap our power system with a biomass burner, which that reminds me. What do we need for that? Okay, that's easy. Maybe 2 biomass burners, I can't remember. Cool, that's plenty of iron rods. That'll give us the capacity to make more rotors if we need. We can always make more reinforced iron plates. We have plenty of iron plates. We're better to have more than less, right? Concrete. We already have quite a bit of concrete. This is for our foundations, that is. But let's just keep going. Okay, awesome. Let's go build a coal plant.